Okay, this is so weird. I don't know where to leave this. That's the problem. Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a pretty long time now, and I'm so excited to get back into this. I took a break because I wanted to get a microphone for my videos. So I'm going to talk about some predictions / theories for AnnewithanE. Number one, AnnewithanE's tweets. So AnnewithanE recently broke her break from Twitter, and she started a hashtag asking AnnewithanE Q&A. The username @NeedXFandom asked her, describe season 3 in 3 emojis, and AnnewithanE responded with, in no particular order, dancing woman emoji, fountain pen emoji, and raised horse emoji. Now my conclusion from this is that the dancing woman emoji signifies some sort of ball or dance, something dance related that's gonna happen in season 3. The fountain pen emoji I think either has to signify the Queen's Academy entrance exams or something to do with the storybook club. The racing horse emoji I think has to do with either Belle or one of the other horses, or just some sort of horse that is a very important part in season 3. Now the fact that there's a racing horse I think is very important to this whole clue, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. Now another user, and I don't know how to say their name, so that asked which episode was the hardest to film, and AnnewithanE responded with, for season 3 it was episode 2, can't say why. Now my conclusion from this is Matthew's gonna die, I'm JK, or we're gonna have a sherbet kiss, which no, hopefully not. Or, this might sound crazy, but maybe it has to do with the learning how to ride a horse. Number 2, the season 3 teaser. A 6-second teaser was recently released on CBC.
New season this fall on CBC.
And a lot of people have been asking me to talk about this, so I will do that now. Thank you guys for being so patient with that, because yeah, it has taken me a long time to get to this. But I have written down all of my theories and thoughts about this 6-second teaser, and I'll share them right now. The 6-second teaser actually caught the entire fandom off guard because they haven't even finished filming yet. They already have a teaser out on CBC. It was very unexpected, to say the least. And basically some really interesting things were noticed in this teaser. The first scene shows a much older Anne with her hair loose, out of braids basically. And I've talked about this before, I don't think it's a new hairstyle, I just think she has her hair down for perhaps she needed to get out of bed in an emergency or something. Like, it's basically happened in season 1, it happened twice. Once where Ruby's house caught on fire, and the second time was when Minnie May was really sick and she had to go and save her life. So I think something like that might happen, but at the same time, she seems really happy in this part, so maybe it's not necessarily an emergency. Maybe she just wanted to go outside or something and she just didn't have time to braid her hair. And then another thing to note is the fact that she's wearing a coat and a scarf. It's probably winter time. This is probably a scene that happens towards the beginning of the season. The second scene shows Gilbert. Now it appears that Gilbert is actually in Anne's house. We saw a promo pic last year for season 2 when he was at her house, and we were all like speculating, and it turned out he was in her house. The wall color is blue, and it is very reminiscent of what happened in season 2 when he came over with Bash for Christmas dinner. So why is he there this time? It really beats me. I have no idea. But the point is, the wall color in both of these scenes are the same, so he has to be in Anne's house.
Come home someday.
Yeah, we didn't mean literally. The third scene shows Miss Stacy wearing a tie in school. Now this is something I had to actually do research for. I know Anthony's making me do research. We love that. No, but I had to do research because I didn't know if it was historically accurate for someone of that time to be wearing a tie, and it turns out it is. So ties originate during the 17th century, during the 30-Year War in France. They were originally named, now I don't know how to speak French, so I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but it's not cravat. I don't know. I don't know if I said that right. I don't think I said that right. But it's that. It's going to appear somewhere on the screen. They have evolved ever since then. So it's actually not very far-fetched for Miss Stacy to be wearing a tie in the beginning of the 20th century. Someone pointed it out to me that Gilbert appears to be behind Miss Stacy in this scene, sitting down at the front of the class with his head down, perhaps taking notes. If this is the case, he would be sitting on the girls' side of the classroom. Perhaps Miss Stacy removed that rule so that anyone could sit wherever they want, regardless of of whether or not they're a boy or a girl. That's probably why she did it. If that is Gilbert, then that's probably something she implemented into the rules, I guess. Or perhaps the scene takes place after school during the Queen's entrance exams prep classes and not during regular class hours, but we don't know yet if they're actually going to be going to Queen's in this season, so you never know. The 4th, 5th, and 6th scenes show Bash, Diana, Marilla, and Matthew, and nothing really was out of place for me in these scenes. Like when I was watching these very short scenes, I didn't find anything that I could talk about, so I will just skip over these scenes, but they're there. The 7th and final clip, however, is sort of like a promotional thing that they're doing for the show, so it's actually not going to appear in any of the scenes, but I think it's very interesting and we're going to talk about it right now. I will now talk about the horse race theory. This last clip shows what looks to be Anne riding on a horse. The dark blue coat that Anne is wearing in the first scene matches the same coat that this faceless person is wearing in this final section. Anne perhaps learns how to ride a horse this season, maybe even race one, which wild. Animals are so essential to the show given that the show takes place in a rural setting. PI, a farm, you know? I think there are two questions that we are all wondering. Who teaches Anne how to ride a horse? I really hope it wasn't Gilbert because yeah. The second question that I think we all have is, why is she riding a horse? Why is she trying to learn how to ride a horse? If this is gonna happen, why is she trying to learn? For economic reasons? Feminism? I guess only time will tell. Number 3, Marilla's eyesight worsens. So as you may remember, Marilla's eyesight began to worsen during episode 7 of season 2. In the books, Marilla's eyesight begins to worsen after Matthew's death, which leads to Anne deferring her offer to Redmond College in order to take care of Marilla. It is apparent that this storyline is beginning much earlier than it was in the books, given the fact that Matthew hasn't even died yet. Anne is only 14 and she wasn't even taking the entrance exams in season 2. Now why am I bringing this up? Well, Anne is going to be turning 16 this season. It'll be nearly 2 years after the last events in season 2 took place, so Marilla's eyesight could have worsened at this point in time. The Instagram account at Dollman Eye Care posted about the show filming in New Hamburg recently. They have a business called Dollman Eye Care and Sunglass Cove, which it seems that AnnewithanE filmed in or around that area. Given that the front of the store was transformed into looking more like it probably would have in the 19th century, Marilla goes to see an eye doctor in episode 7 of season 2. There isn't very strong evidence to suggest that Marilla's eyesight will worsen in season 3, but I think it is a very likely thing that they will address. Number 4, Bash and Mary having kids. I think this is a very, very likely thing that will happen. First of all, Bash really wanted kids. He said he wanted kids in season 2 after helping Gilbert deliver that baby for that stranger. I just think that in the 2 years that they've been married, they will probably have kids. And I don't really have very specific or strong evidence that I can share with you guys. I don't know if I could share with you guys, but I'm just gonna say I think it's very, very, very likely that they'll have kids in season 3. Number 5, more orchard filming. So at Apples of Glasgow posted about how they hosted AnnewithanE in their area again, and I believe that this scene that they just filmed will appear in episode 10, and it just might have to do with Sherbert because that's a very obvious thing. I guess I've talked about this before, and if you guys want to know about all of my thoughts regarding orchards and Anne and Gilbert and this specific filming location, I'll leave a card somewhere here or a link in my description box to that video, to my last theories video, so you guys can check it out. This is future Mimi talking to you guys because there was something I forgot to talk about in this video, so I'm just gonna do that right now. And it's kind of important, kinda. Doesn't really tell us much, but I'm just gonna talk about it just in case some of you guys don't know. Anyway, so on August 16th, there was a user on Twitter that asked CBC about the trailer. When is it gonna come out, right? And CBC basically said, won't be too long now, stay tuned. It could literally be any day now. And I used to think that it'll probably like come out 2 weeks before season 3 airs on CBC, but it literally could be any day now. Like that's my whole opinion about that, because of the fact that we already got a teaser and they didn't even finish filming. They're probably editing the trailer as I filmed this video, I guess, and so just stay tuned and we'll see. And also there's this whole dilemma about the fact that the trailer for season 3, since it's gonna probably come out on the CBC channel, then all the international fans won't be able to see it. Now I'm not really sure how accurate that is. There's not really much I can say about that, I guess, because because the international fans got season 2 first and us Canadian fans had to wait. While it's a Canadian show, I've talked about this before. If you guys want to check out that rant, then I'll leave it in the description box below or in a card somewhere here. But I'll definitely film a video very, very soon about how to avoid spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about season 3, then I'll make a video about how to avoid spoilers. First of all, I have to learn how to do that because all I did was basically eat out of the fandom, especially the Instagram fandom, because I didn't want any spoilers from them and I didn't want to hear anyone talk about the show until I finished watching it. Stay tuned for that. I will make a video about that. And yeah, that's literally it. You guys are gonna be referred back to my original video where I say the outro and stuff. So yeah, bye. And that's all I basically have to say for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe to my channel if you guys want to hear any more theories and predictions and anything to do with AnnewithanE. I'll be around to film now more often until school starts again. And I'll do my reactions and stuff to season 3 when it comes out. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for always watching. Let me know in the comments below any theories you guys have, or if you guys just want to give your opinions about this video, please let me know. Follow me on all my social media accounts, so they should be appearing on screen right now, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah. The 4th, 5th, and 6th scenes show Bash. The 4th, 5th, and 6th scenes show Bash, Diana, Merlin Matthew. The 4th, 5th, and 6th scenes show Bash, Diana. I can't say this.